Welcome back for another edition of Live from Redhook here at the Function House. Tonight we'd like to welcome to the show So Dope.
What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
So dope.
Yeah, I know you, so I've seen you a couple of times. It's been a minute, though. But
Yeah, it has been.
Yeah.
Maybe
just
a year
met
or
you
so.
today. Thanks
So-
for having me, by the way.
The
Appreciate it.
first thing I want to ask you
Yeah.
is the name So Dope. You were running with Spanky for years.
Yes.
Talk to me about why you switched to So Dope.
A couple of reasons. A few of them personal. The main one was there ended up being a Spanky who did like tech house or something like that. I forgot where he was from, but I started getting emails and letters, and it was like, you know what? I went to a lawyer, spoke about it, and I have no idea how that whole thing works. So I just went there, and he straight told me, you know, you can fight it, but you might waste 15 grand and not get it. So I said, you know what? This is a perfect opportunity to rebrand.
So how long were you branded as Spanky for?
Man, 10, 15 years.
Yeah, there was a while.
Yeah, Spanky was a family name. That was something, I never really picked my DJ name. You know, it was a family name that became a neighborhood name. And as soon as I started DJing, people just started calling me it. So I actually thought when I was younger, I was gonna call myself Peter Parker, fun fact. And yeah, they started calling me that, and I ran with it.
So what do you mean family name? It was
My aunt named me that when I was born, because I was really bad when I was little. I was like Chubb, like the little rascal, you know, Spanky
Yeah.
Chubb. I was really bad. So she bought me like the clothing that had Spanky on it. I had a hat that said Spanky on it, and I had my Christmas stocking said Spanky on it. So that's what it was in the beginning.
So when you rebranded, what was it like? Like changing your DJ name? It's like so late in the game.
It was hell, man. It was fun. Actually, I shouldn't say it was hell. It was fun. It was it gave me kind of like a battery in my back to, you know, like this can make or break you, you know. So what are you gonna do about it, you know? So it took a lot of patience, a lot of research. The name So Dope, that just came. I was just in my room, and my podcast is called the Super Dope Podcast. So I kind of wanted to like brand them together. And my name, which is Pedro, when you scramble the words around, the word dope is in it. So I just put so in front of it, and I ran with it.
That's cool.
Yeah. I didn't really want to get rid of the S, because I had like Spanky. You know what I mean? I tried to make it as easy as possible.
Yeah.
People still call me. My friends still call me Spanky. My family still calls me Spanky. It was just, I took it as an opportunity, you know, like that could have been a time where like, I could have been like, damn, this is it.
It's ballsy.
Yeah, everybody said the same thing.
Yeah.
But honestly, when I did it, my mentality was, you know what, let me take care of the music part first. So when I made the change, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna put out, you know, a crazy amount of mixes. And I just went, you know, I did something in this, it was like 2 years ago in December where I dropped a 30-minute mix for 30 days straight every day. You know, so I did that, and
That's a lot of work.
bro,
You weren't doing them live, right? You were recording
them, yeah, in the
Yep.
studio, and that was my main focus. Was like, you know, I know, you know, it's gonna be hard for people to switch over on like social media and where my mixes are found. So we went, you know, I just went into you know, killer mode, and I just mix after mix after mix after mix, and it caught on. So
Did you have somebody do your rebranding for you, like
Yeah.
in terms of designing the logos and all that
yeah,
stuff?
yeah, I had a guy. His name is Andy Sheffield, very talented. He actually worked with Chinks Drugs before he passed away, and I contacted him, and we had a meeting. Very, very professional, really expensive, but you know, I was all for it, and yeah. So you know, he helped me with my main thing was I never had a logo, even when I was Spanky. I never had like a logo that I was like, I love that, you know, and that was my thing with him. And I told him like, I want to be able to, in the future, be a symbol. I want to be able to have like that Coca-Cola effect,
Yep.
where you can write anything in the Coca-Cola font and you know that's the Coca-Cola font.
Yeah.
That was my thing. So we worked at it, and it was just something so simple where he like put So Dope. You see my logo?
Yeah.
Just filled in the bottom. Oh, I was like, that's genius. That's it. I was like, that's it. It was so plain, because the logo's, it's a simple font.
Yeah.
But that's what was like, and you know, I plan on using that a lot.
Well,
so.
it has a lot to do with how the brain processes these things, and that's why they make all these logos so simple, because it's easy for the brain to remember. So when there's too many things going on in,
Yeah.
in a logo, then you're not gonna necessarily, it's not gonna stick in your brain. So
Yeah.
it's good.
No, I'm to be honest, like Spanky was cool. You know, I met a lot of people under Spanky. I did a lot of things under Spanky, but it was just, I took it as an opportunity, and I'm so much happier, you know. And yeah, that's it. Like the logo is fine. I got the website coming soon. I went as deep as talking to him about color schemes. You know, I wanted like a color scheme for my brand.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
It's the most important thing right now.
Yeah, I wanted to do it right. That was my, you know, and I don't want to go through. Luckily enough, you can't. I guess you can. What is it? LLC is so dope because it's a phrase, or you know. So I shouldn't have a problem.
Trademarking.
Yeah, you can. Because it's a phrase. So
as far as your website, are you using some type of template service like a Squarespace, or are they developing it?
They're doing it through Squarespace.
Okay.
But I'm really meticulous. That's the only reason it hasn't dropped. They've given me like 4 copies in it already, and I'm just like, try this.
What are you doing on your website? Is it going to be just a place that holds your bio, pictures, and upcoming gigs, or are you actually going to release music on there, mixes?
Well, on the website, like I actually talked to like one of my friends. He's actually here. We've talked about it. Not too many. I feel like anyway. I could be wrong. I feel like not too many people are going to these websites for music. You know, now with Apple Music and Spotify and all these things, I feel like I just kind of want to, from my side anyway, yeah, I'll display my gigs. I want to do like a lot of photo taking, you know, but like regular things. It doesn't have to be only, you know, popping bottles in the club or the crowd's crazy. You know, if we go to a festival in Brooklyn, let's post that up. You know,
Right.
If we're hanging out at a museum, let's post that up. Just content.
Yeah.
Constant content. Like kind of bring people into my life a little bit.
Yep.
You know, without doing it too much. But you know what I mean? Like things like that. Not just DJ. I want them to see me.
Yeah,
You know,
sure.
so photo shoots will go up there. So that my iTunes is connected to it, so you'll be able to go right from there to my iTunes, my Spotify. What else? Oh, I got an EPK up there. It's the website is basically done. It's just a couple of tweaks.
So when do you think?
Drop it already, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking within the next month. Yeah, within the next month it'll be out.
So where are you from? Where were you born and raised? And how did you get into the whole DJing thing? Who did you look up to? Who were the DJs that were rocking at the time?
Got it. I was born and raised in Brentwood, Long Island. There's not too many DJs came out. Like Threat came out of, DJ Threat.
Yeah.
He came out of Long Island. But yeah, born and raised in Brentwood, Long Island. I started DJing because of my dad. To be honest with you, it was just a way for me to make like allowance in the weekends. He was a DJ, and
He paid you to DJ?
No, he paid me to help him carry the stuff.
Yeah.
I was horrible back then, well, like everybody, you know. But yeah, he would just bring me to his gigs, and I would just watch. And to be honest, I hated it in the beginning because I'm actually a pretty shy dude. You know what I mean? So I see him get on the mic, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. You know, like get out of here. But he pushed me into it. He was like, oh, you'll like it. For me, I wanted to play baseball when I was younger. That was my thing. I wanted to be the next whatever. But so yeah, he would bring me to his gigs. It was mostly private events, family events. Sometimes he'd be like, hey, play a record. I'd be like, what? You know, he'd be like, just play a record. I gotta use the bathroom. I'm like, okay. You know, it was come in all draggy, horrible. But after a while, honestly, what got me addicted to it was to see his command. Because he wasn't the greatest DJ, but the command that he had over the crowd. He'd grab the mic and say, you know, back then it was like, hands in the air, and but they'd listen.
Right.
I was like, what the hell? That's crazy. Like, I can't do that. I want to. And after a while, I just got addicted to it, and then I started listening to the radio. That's what Flex was on. Enough.
What year was
Camilo. Oh man. It had to be, yeah, it had to be 2000, 2001 before I graduated.
Okay.
That I started really like, before I graduated high school, yeah.
Now they can't get you off the mic.
Yeah, now everybody says now I'm just, give me the mic, but before it was like, the mic game came later. For me, I just saw the command and I was like, oh, I want to be able to do that, but, with my hands. I want to be able to make people dance with my hands. And I just got addicted to it, man. I listened to every mix show I could listen. I even listened to like Latin mix shows, I wanted to see, because I grew up in a household that listened to a lot of different types of music. You know, I had my dad on one hand who would listen to, you know, salsa, merengue, but then like throw on Madonna, and, you know what I mean, and CNC Music Factory. And then I had my mother on one hand who would listen to disco. She was like a disco queen, but then, you know, she'd bump like the latest like R&B and hip hop.
Yep.
So I just grew up around that. So for me, it was like, I want to learn everything. I want to hear how this guy mixes.
That's why you had the Soul Makossa rocking in the beginning.
Yeah, and I knew, yeah, exactly.
From that, right?
It comes from that. You know, I used to hear my dad play that song, and he had a bunch of records, and that's, you know, it started with that.
Yeah.
And it became an obsession after a while. You know, there was no, I mean, I would do my homework, but it was later. You know, come back down till all hours of the night.
Yeah.
But I also got lucky too, because a lot of parents would stifle that. I feel like a lot of parents would be like, no, get your homework. You know, do what you got to do first. They encouraged it. You know, they let me throw, when I was in high school, they let me throw a bunch of house parties, and that was my way of practicing, like in front of people.
Did you thank them for that?
Oh, every day, all the time. Yeah, all the time. You know, because a lot of parents wouldn't allow that, so I kind of got lucky with that, and they're all for it. You know, if you're gonna DJ, just do it all the way.
So you never got the whole spiel about having a job with benefits and all that?
No.
Good for you.
I got the if you're gonna do this, you better do it hard. That's what I got from my dad.
Oh, your dad was a DJ. So.
Yeah, but he, you know, he saw the hunger, I guess, back then, because he never, like I said, they never stifled me. They never. If anything, there would be nights where I'd like be DJing and just be my mom and dad and their friends, and they'd be vibing out to me, you know.
So was your dad doing it as like a side gig?
Yeah, for him it was a side
Yeah.
gig. For him it was just, you know, make some extra money. But
Well, I mean, it may be a case of like, you know, like something that maybe your dad really wanted to do, and maybe he didn't give it a shot, but he pushed you to do it because he.
oh, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, he's a music lover to this day. You know,
Yeah.
he has his little in the garage. He has like a little studio set up where he like plays his music loud.
So you got all his vinyl?
Yeah, we do. We still have that. I got all my vinyl and his vinyl. Yeah, it's a lot. Like, it's classics.
Does he ever come to hear you play now?
They have, yeah. Him and my mom, yeah, they have.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, they were actually with me the first time I ever did radio, which was not even on AMP before that.
What station was that?
This was 4 or 5 years ago. There was a station called La Calle. They used to play like bass, reggaeton bass, but they would play like, you know, hip hop, a little bit of everything. And the first guy to put me on to that was Precise. Excuse me, I'm sure you heard his name thrown around.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was just like, oh, I'm start coming out, you open for me. And so I did. So I kept coming out, opening for him, whatever. And there was just one day where all the mixers from that station were at a concert, and they were late to do the live broadcast. So another DJ by the name of DJ Casanova, heavy in the Latin market, he texted me. He's like, hey, bro, I need you to do the broadcast. I'm like, what? You know, like my parents were there. They were hanging out with their friends. I'm like, I'm not doing the broadcast. Are you kidding me? He's like, bro, nobody else can do it. You're gonna have to do it. I was like, but I have dirty records. He was like, you're gonna have to figure it out, like clean them. I'm like, bro, I've never been on radio in my life, and you're throwing me on to a broadcast that's gonna be listened to by millions of people, and I have dirty music. So he's like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Just, we need you to do it. So I was like, all right.
So what'd you do? Like fade it out?
The whole night. I mean, I had some clean music. Not all of it was dirty, but if there was something that was dirty, or I'd like lower it and like say the station call letters, you know, or like talk or.
So how
hands in the
pumped
air.
and how nervous were you?
I was 90% nervous, 10% pumped. Because I was just so, but it was weird because the nerves like kind of helped me through it. You know, it was like, I don't know, I was having like a battle in my head, like, nah, I'm not gonna let the nerves beat me. Like, you know what I mean? I have to, but I was nervous, man. But honestly, what helped me was my parents were right there. So I kind of in my head made it like, I'm just gonna treat this like I'm at home. And they're just vibing out to me, you know, so. But I made it through the night, 2 hours of fear, but.
2 hours must have felt like 10 hours.
Oh, dude, yeah. And it felt like 20 hours.
Like doing it for the first time.
Oh,
I'm sure
yeah.
like now you fly through the sets
Oh,
on the
yeah,
radio, right?
yeah, and now, yeah, but.
So that was it. That was like the breaking point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then that got, now you're on 92.3.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And how did you get hooked up in 92.3?
That was a lot of persistency. Before I got onto 92.3, I became I'm sure you've heard of the Heavy Hitters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I got down with them, And my next thing was, I wanted to do radio, but I remember like having a conversation with Enough and saying to him, like, like I want to do radio, but I know the line for Hot 97 is 10 miles long. I want to go a different route. Because like I said, I've always been a dude who loves a lot of different type of music. I don't want to get stuck just in hip hop. I don't want to get stuck in like Latin. I play. If a room needs house music all night long, that's what we're gonna do. That's what I like doing. And so yeah, when I got down, I told him, I want to go a different route. I'm gonna try for 92.3. It used to be called 92.3 now. And what I did was, I was probably super annoying to them now that I think about it. I had like 500 people just keep texting their like Twitter saying, I'm from Long Island, and back then when I was Spanky, I want to hear Spanky on 92.3 amp. I just had people constantly texting them. I made a flyer and everything. I was like, here, send them this. So I'm pretty sure I was super annoying, but It worked. It worked, exactly. Eventually Toro, Toro anyway. Yeah, he just texted me out of the blue. He was like, hey, what's up? And I was like, what the hell is this? And he was like, oh, it's Toro. I was like, oh, snap, what's up? And he was like, can you do a mix like right now? I was like, I'm not even home. He was like, no, but yeah, we need a mix like right now. I was like, all right. So I went home, did it like, I tried to be like clever with it. I did a mix that was 9 minutes and 23 seconds long, just to kind of like catch, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to catch their eye and be like, oh, that was clever. And it worked. I sent them that one, and then a day later he was like, oh, that was cool, but can you try this? I guess he was trying to like mold me and tell me what they wanted. And I was like, yeah, no problem. So I did that, and it worked.
So working on a radio station, are they controlling your sets?
I don't want to say controlling. I'll say guiding.
Okay.
They're guiding our sets.
So there's probably records that you must play.
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's a pop radio station. That's how it goes, But
does it also depend on like during what time when you're playing? Because I remember back in the day with like KTU and Hot 97, like they're rating the airwaves during a certain time, and then during a certain time it's just sort of like anything goes. Well, what you can play.
The one thing I know for sure is that during the day they're a little more tighter. Once 6, 7 o'clock hits after, it's a little more loose because it's nighttime. That's, right. When you think of nighttime, you think nightclubs, all that. So. Yeah. But yeah, they guide us. They tell us, these are the songs that are trending. These are the songs that are on, number 1 on Spotify, number 1 on whatever it is. These are our powers. Make sure you hit them. But they give us, the one thing they don't do is take away our creativity. So that's always been my main thing is, listen, if you need me to play Britney Spears and Taylor Swift, cool, but I need to be creative with it. If I got to do a blend to make it sound better, then I need to be able to do that. And they're pretty cool about that. So.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I follow you on Twitter, and I know you went through this experience where someone stole your bag out of a nightclub.
Hell night, that's what we call that night.
That had to be the worst experience you went through DJing.
Yeah, that was the worst DJ night of my life.
This was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, a couple of years. I don't remember how long ago, but within the 3-4 years ago mark. But yeah, I was DJing at a club in Queens, and my boy Sparrow, he usually watches my stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna go grab a drink, just watch my stuff. It was like the end of the night. I come back and I'm like, all right, let's go. He's like, yo, you got the bag, right? No, I don't got the bag. I told you to watch it. You don't have the bag? He's like, no. I was like, stop. I really didn't believe him because my boy Sparrow is very on point with everything. So I'm like, nah, stop playing, man. Come on, we gotta go. He's like, literally his eyes started to water up because he felt so bad. He was like, bro, I'm not kidding. Like, I don't have your bag. I was like, oh, bro, here we go. So we start searching in and out. Like, I told the bouncer, I was like, close the door. Don't let anybody, my bag's missing.
Your heart must have been racing.
Dude, I mean, I didn't have anything backed up. That was my automatic thought. It was like, all right, my laptop's gone, but you could buy another laptop. I don't have no music backed up. This was before, guys like Finesse and taught me about you need to have 2 or 3 or 4 backups. So man, we search, nobody. And so I go home. I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. Whatever. I'm in my room, I'm pacing back and forth. I tweeted about it, and like it was crazy because like the DJ community kind of like came together. Like Transformers, man. It was wild. The wildest thing I ever seen. It had like 18,000 shares or something like that between DJs and their friends, and crazy to the point where like the guy, I guess he started to feel the heat.
Air him out, bro. What's his name?
I don't. It was something Blaze.
Look
I
at
don't
Mom
even
Pass.
remember. I don't even remember his name, man. I don't remember his name, but I guess he started to feel the heat, and he, you know, he called me up or text me. Called me. I don't remember. Called me or text me and was like, "Listen, I have your bag. It was an accident." I was like, "Accident?"
A DJ took your bag.
A
It was an
DJ
accident.
took my bag, and it was an accident. So I'm like, "Listen, bro. Normally you'd get it, but I just want my bag, bro. I just want my bag."
He stripped your whole hard drive.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I would maybe not, because this happened, 4 or 5 in the morning, and by 8 in the morning he was calling.
Okay.
So maybe not. Maybe he didn't have enough time, but a couple things, maybe, definitely.
Maybe he took it by accident.
Yeah. So literally, that night was hell, bro. I didn't know what I was gonna do. But I mean, I had a lot of DJs. I was lucky enough. I had a lot of DJs that were hitting me up saying like, "Yo, if you need music, call me."
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
I mean, because I think everybody in that situation, like they're feeling for you, because like, look, if you lose your collection, like that's like
Oh man, it's
a
the
tough thing
worst.
to swallow,
Yeah. But after that, man, now I have like 5 backups. Not weird.
Smart
You learned
man.
your lesson.
Oh yeah, I have a duplicate of the computer. I have 4 hard drives. Yeah, I'm not going through that ever again.
That's it.
It's a good story.
You got to send it to the cloud now.
Yeah, I want to do that. You gotta teach me how to do that.
So you're working on some production also.
I am. Mhm.
What exactly are you working on?
Well, I just released my first track on a label. It's a small EDM label, just started. I don't know if you ever heard of these guys named Fight Club. They're EDM duo. Yeah, they've done a lot of huge things, man. They've worked with like Afrojack, Steve Aoki, a bunch of people, and they started their own label. So they heard one of my tracks. It's kind of trappish, a little dubsteppy, and they liked it. And they signed it. They released some remixes on it. I didn't expect it to like go platinum. It's just a start, you know what I mean? So I'm working on that, but I don't want to like sit up here and act like I'm Tiesto. I don't want to just make electro music. I just want to make everything,
But when you're in the studio, what's happening? Is it more dance music or?
Right now, it might just be a mood, but I'm just in like a bass music type of, trap, down tempos type of stuff, a little bit of like 100 BPM type of stuff. I'm in that mood
Well,
now.
you're playing stuff that's going on in nightclubs.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. So that's that's the mood I'm in. I never want to like go in the studio with a plan. I honestly think that's the worst idea. I just want to go in there, and I'll listen to music before I even sit down. Like I'll just listen to stuff, all types. I listen to, I don't know if you ever heard of like Portishead. I'll listen to Portishead, trip hop, even some disco. I just listen to stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I want to make something like that. I try it.
So what about your gigs? Talk to us about those.
Rotating a lot. I have a residency in Manhattan, Slate in Manhattan. I have a every other month residency in Atlantic City at Providence nightclub. And for the most part, I'm just rotating. I do things like Highline Ballroom, Webster Hall. I'll do like the live broadcast. So I just rotate a lot. I don't really, I don't know how many residencies there are left anymore. But,
Right.
are you still with the Heavy Hitters?
Yes.
Okay. What about agency? You signed to any agency?
No, not yet. Not yet. I mean, I've been back and forth with a couple of people, but I guess it's just about timing. When everything's right, I guess we'll get it done.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So did you plan anything special for us here?
Well, the one thing I'm not gonna do is play pop music because I have to do that every weekend. So I didn't want to have to
You
do
were
that
looking
today.
forward to that.
No, I can't hear Ed Sheeran no more. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna try to just play some stuff that I don't normally play with a couple of stuff that you guys do know, and just try to make it make sense.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to it.
Cool, man.
Appreciate you coming down.
Thanks for having me,
Yeah,
man. I
man.
appreciate this.
All right. We're gonna take a
Thanks for coming
2-minute break. We're gonna get So Dope up on the 1200s. Peace.